Hello, everybody. Today we are going to talk about the topic of the week, and I want to give you some practical tools and knowledge about really how to shift your belief about getting into real estate in a what we call right now a hot competitive market. So first of all, well, my name is Laura, by the way, and I know you have heard from me and Liz all week, my daughter, and we are real estate investor. I've been in it for a long time, but like everybody else, I go through the ups and downs of what happens in the world and the economy and everything else. So I want to share with you very briefly something that happened to me back in 2007, and which showed me how important it is to really shift your beliefs about real estate investing. So what happened in 2007, 2008, as most of you know, is the market crashed, right? The real estate crashed, the housing market, the mortgage industry, and like everybody else, I got caught into this mindset, into this, hysteria that everybody was having in real estate, saying, this is a business that doesn't work anymore. This is, we're all gonna lose the money. We're all gonna be victims of what is going on in the world. And I got caught into like everybody else. I had a great business. Everything was going. We were doing, 10 or plus wholesale deals a month. We were doing 20 fix and flips at the time. I had private lenders lined up with millions of dollars, and all of a sudden, everything bottomed out. And what happened is I really took a step back at that point. I said, oh, what am I going to do now with real estate? This is not working. Everybody says it's not working. Until about a year or so later, where I ran across a group of investors who were really killing it in the business. They were doing so well. And so I associated myself with this group of people. So that's the first thing I did. I really went to look for people that were not caught into the hysteria or the scare tactics that were going on at the time in the business. They decided that they were going to take ownership of where they were, and they were going to shift things around, because when one door opens, one door closes, another one opens, right? So with the market the way it is, they said, okay, what can we do in this market that is going to get us on top again? And so I went with this group of investors, and they were wildly successful. And what they were doing is basically going after, we had a ton of foreclosures. They were going after the foreclosures, pre-foreclosures, and doing short sales. So I said, okay, I'm going to do the same thing. And in 2009, so I started this, and this is another thing, I started this Thanksgiving, just after Thanksgiving. And by the end of the year, so now a lot of people say, with the holidays, real estate doesn't work, people don't want to buy it. That's not true. By the end of the year, I actually had over 30 short sales foreclosures under contract. Okay, so this is at the worst time of the year, and I was able to do that. And by spring, I was closing in anywhere from 5 to 6 deals a month in short sales. Okay. That's the thing that I wanted to point out to you, that is, I shifted my mind. I went with the right people. They were not really taking no for an answer. They took ownership of where they were. They reinvented themselves and in the business. That is, and that's how they became successful. And I found what was working right there in the market, and I set up the system where I knew that I could close at least 5 deals a month if I was bringing in so many deals. Because, when you do short sales, you start, 10 to 15 short sales a month, you close about half or less because of different things going on. But I had a system, and we were making good money where everybody else was screaming that wasn't working. So let's fast forward now to last year, right? When COVID hit in March of last year, I remember sitting down with my daughter Liz, and we talked about this. I was like, based on the experience I've had in 2007, 2008, I said, I'm not going to let myself fall victim to this again. Okay, I'm not going to get caught into this hysteria. I'm not going to call into this panic that the world was having. I'm going to take ownership, and we're going to make this business even better than before. And so what I started to do is really we reinvented ourselves. We said, what, we need to take this business virtual. This business has to go virtual. This is the way to go. This is where people are going to be. This is what, with remote working and social distancing, this is what it is. And it really brought me and Liz to another level. not only we start doing a lot more business in a way that was more fun for us and giving us the freedom. Like right now, you see these mountains in the back. I'm actually in Moab, Utah. I live in South Florida, and I've been on the road now for over 4 weeks, traveling the country and still doing business, you know. So we have an RV and we travel, and we go to these amazing places. So what I'm saying is it really freed me up to live life even more on my own terms and still make the money and still do the business and enjoy myself the way I want to be. So with that said, this is why this time I didn't fall into victim of what was going on in the world. I didn't get caught up with it. So I want to give you right now some quick things. I want to summarize it in 3 steps that I think you should really consider here. First of all, be aware. There's nothing wrong to say, I don't want to see what's out there. It is what it is, right? The world as we know it right now has changed. It's not the same as it used to be over a year ago. So I'll be aware of it. Okay, fine. This is what is going on. This is how people are going to react. Remote working is here to stay, which is great, by the way. And social distancing, people are being more careful. So it is what it is. So be aware of it. The second thing you want to do is take a step back. Okay, like what I did in 2007 when I saw everything was like spiraling around me. My private lenders backed out. My real estate business went flatlining all overnight. I took a step back. Okay, I took a breath. I said, okay, now what? What do I need to do? How do I reinvent myself? What is the areas that I need to really improve or do differently, right? So the same thing we did last year. We said, okay, how are we going to do this different? What is going to be the next best thing out there, okay? And sorry, all the noises around me, people driving around ATVs and everything else. But so how do I reinvent myself? What's going out there? So that's what you have to do. And number 3, take action. But take inspired action. Take something that you enjoy to do. So with that said, in real estate, okay, what would you want to do? What type of real estate are you interested in? Are you interested in rental? Are you interested in fixing up properties? Which, by the way, there's an amazing demand right now for properties. There is not enough inventory. Are you interested more in finding those golden nuggets of deals to bring them to other investors that they want to buy for rent or fix and flip? So what really inspires you? Okay, inspired action, right? Then once you pinpoint a strategy, you want to say, okay, now within the strategy, what do I enjoy doing? You don't want to get up in the morning and say, oh my God, I'm dreading today that I have to do this, okay, but I have to do it to bring my business forward. It doesn't have to be that way. It can be something that you really enjoy doing, right? So for example, you say, I would love to come up with a way to come up with a message that is going to get the sellers to talk to me. Okay, so maybe experiment with different type of text messages or do different type of way to approach people, or coming up with letters like I did when I was doing the short sales. I was doing everything through direct marketing, where I was coming up with these clever letters to have people work with me, and my response rate was over 10%. So really coming up with something that inspires you. And don't worry about going where everybody else is doing. That's the other thing. As a real estate investor, you're successful when you reinvent yourself and you do something different than anybody else has been doing. This is how you are going to come up with the next best thing. So don't worry about coming up with total something different, but do something that inspires you. Do something that says, I would love to see how that's going to work and challenge you. And then because your mind is in the right place, because you say, you know what, I'm not going to become a victim of what is going on in the world or society or what other people are saying. I'm going to choose the right people to hang out with and talk about this, or I'm not going to talk about this to family or people that are negative, because you dissipate your positive energy when you do it that way. So it's better you keep it for yourself, okay? And until you find the right group of people, and then when you are they're going to encourage you like they did with me in 2008. You know, I started going around these people that were doing over 100 deals in short sales at the time. They were wildly successful. You know, I remember I went to Las Vegas because I had a conference, and they rented one of the top penthouses at the Venetian, and we had champagne and things like that because they were making some money and they wanted to invite other people to be top producers. So you hang around the right people. Hang around the right people. You have the right mindset. You don't take no for an answer. You don't listen to the negativity, okay? You take inspired action and do something that you enjoy doing, not something because somebody else tells you that's what works, okay? Because if you follow the pack or everybody else, you're going to do what everybody else is doing, and next thing you're going to know, you're going to end up in a dead end again, okay? So I just want to share with you today, and I wanted to also mention to you that we are here. You know, we are a group of women that are looking at real estate as a way to live our life. Okay, it's not the way around. You don't have to take a business again or an 8 to 5 like you probably a lot of you used to have that you dread going to. You know, wouldn't you love to go like today? You know, yesterday we went rafting down the Colorado River. The day before we went out 4-wheel driving ATVs up on the canyon. You know, today we're actually going to Dinosaur Monument Valley, digging for dinosaur fossils with my grandson. So, but anyway, don't you want to do something that inspires you and live a life on your own term and use real estate as a tool around that type of lifestyle, okay? And the way is up to you. You can take like what I did in 2007, where I sat back and became a victim of circumstances and what other people were saying and society and everything else. Or you want to do like in 2008, and as I did last year, where I took ownership and I took responsibility, and I said, I'm not going to let the circumstances dictate what I'm going to do. I shut down, I didn't watch the news anymore, shut down social media, and I said, I'm going to do things the way I feel I should be doing it. And, you know, I didn't, honestly, after COVID hit, we even had more success with real estate than previously. So it's about being aware, number one. Number two, take a step back, find out what really inspires you and gets you to go out there and, you know, take ownership of where you are. And number three, take inspired action. Do something you really love and to enjoy doing, and we're here to help you. So I would love to offer for you a chance to schedule a call with us. If you're watching this through Facebook, there is a link here underneath the video to schedule a call with us. Or if you watch us through some of the other channels, we're going to broadcast this. We are also going to post a link for us to schedule a call and see how we can help you here to break through and create the life that you really want and deserve. So take care, and hopefully this helped you, gave you a little bit of inspiration and knowledge, and I look forward to talking to you soon. Bye.